Hello, you divine radiant souls. This is Spiritual Teacher for You. My name is Cassie, and I'm here to do a 5/5 May 5th portal reading and energy update. And I believe I'm going to do a guided meditation. I may do a separate video for that though. But hello and welcome. If this is your first time, welcome here. You are very much invited to this space where I try to create a very healing, sacred space. So as you are tuning into this reading, you are also receiving a healing. And if you are coming back as a person who has watched my videos, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. And I'm excited to do this May 5th portal reading because the energy of today, the last portal we had April 4th, the energy, I didn't feel much of it. And so I was wondering how this one was going to be. And already I'm feeling very blue. And I was very much drawn to these strawberry earrings. And as I was putting them on, I just heard fruits of your labor or fruitfulness. And fruit seems to be coming forward very much so from this past weekend, even until now. Oh, and I'm seeing two cardinals on a tree over there. You guys. Oh, it's a female and a male. Oh my gosh, they're like hopping from branch to branch. My little strawberry. It just came into my head. Wow. Yeah, so I actually, you know what? I haven't put birdseed out this morning, so I'm going to go do that now. Well, that was a little mini adventure. My dog Tris wanted to come out with me, so I had to let her out. She's running around like crazy. A squirrel was like bouncing across the fence, so my other dog Reggie was going after it. And yeah, the wind was blowing. Ooh, but y'all, that's the energy of today is the 5/5. 5 is a number of change, adventure, transformation. So I'm going to go through some of these energies with you guys. Something else, an energy I feel today is making bold, decisive actions towards your growth. So a lot of readings I've been saying lately, like, trust in the energy, go with the flow. And yeah, this is go with the flow, but this is also like take action energy I'm feeling. So let's get into this May 5th 5/5 portal energy. And, as I was doing that, I was like, last year I didn't do a 5/5 reading. I didn't do a portal reading last year. Like, in the last year, I've been able to feel energy so much more. And so I love that I get to work with these energies now, and I know it. Anyways, I won't go on and on about that. But this portal is good for ushering in change. That's why it's good to make a decision towards your growth today, because it's opening you up, like using this portal to tell the universe, tell spirit, you're ready for change and freedom. This is the energy of freedom and change. I mean, the double fives, the 5/5, that just amplifies the energy of freedom, adventure, change. This is perfect for breaking those old patterns, taking leaps of faith. I'm seeing someone like kind of walking off the edge of a cliff, doing a trust fall, stepping out of your comfort zones for sure, and really just trusting your intuition as to what is best for you. You may have strong urges today, and Spirit's really encouraging you to trust those urges if they align with your path. If it feels like something you're doing impulsively, take a step back. Okay, for example, I paid for a course today. It was crazy sale, right? And I was like, so automatically my suspicions were up. But I felt so drawn to this course, and I've been staring at it for the past few days. And it keeps coming to me, and I'm like, I'm really feeling drawn. So I researched the person offering the course. I looked at reviews of the course and what people thought. and it was on such a good deal. I was like, there's no way I can pass this up, you know? And so I decided I'm making an executive decision. I was like, I'm just gonna do it. If it doesn't work out, you know, I took the risk, but I'm not really losing that much. So the risk was spending the money to buy it, because even though it was on sale, it was still a little bit high. And anyway, so I'm not going to go into all that, but there may be, actually, you know what? No, Spirit's saying do go into that. So I struggled to pay for it a little bit because I'm like, this, you know, like I really need to be saving money right now. I really need to blah, 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 blah. But it was like, how are you going to grow if you don't invest in yourself? And so this felt like an investment in myself. So there is a message there, to say invest in yourself. And today the energy is there for that, to invest in yourself. And it may require spending money. It may require you going somewhere. It may require you talking to someone you haven't talked to in a while. But you have this whole day. And that's why I'm doing this reading a little bit early. I thought it was later than this, honestly. Woo! I thought it was past noon already. And it's only in the morning. So yes, this today feels very like productive energy, and I know this is probably for the mass public who doesn't necessarily tune into the energy. They probably feel energetic today and it's like, this ain't a typical Monday. Also, it's Cinco de Mayo, so I'm sure the pep is there, you know, for some people. Something too today is great for is yelling out your desires, not just mumbling them to yourself or whisper. I mean, you can whisper yell if you want to. I am abundant. I am love. My business is successful. I show up for myself, you know? Money flows to me in many ways. So yell out your desires and I fully accept myself. So the moon is in Leo, but it's about to move into Virgo today. So there's, 5 is a number of change. So it literally, the moon is moving from from into Leo into Virgo. So there's like a shift there. So there's definitely a shift today. And this is a day to shift your mindset from one of old patterns and beliefs to new ones, okay? To where you're trying to go. Uranus is in Taurus, and with the moon in Leo, this feels like a craving to rebel in some way, and it feels like a rebellion of like your routine of how you normally do things. This is perfect energy for breakthroughs, like intense breakthroughs, bold breakthroughs. Mercury is in Aries, Jupiter is in Gemini. So your words carry a lot of power right now. This is why this is good manifestation energy. Very magnetic right now. Very magnetic. So make sure today specifically that you pay attention to your heart space and what is the vibration of your heart space. Are you high vibing right now? Because today it's important you're high vibing, because you are basically a magnet for all of your desires. Not even just desires, just anything you're vibing with. So if you want to vibe with your desires, you're gonna have to get it up there, okay? And you can do that by being bold today and showing up for yourself and choosing to overcome whatever obstacle is in your way today. Choosing to wake up, and even if you stubbed your toe, rub it, kiss it, love it, and move on and say, today will get better. Venus and Mars are moving into a trine, and I had to look up what that was. I'm not going to act like I was an expert, but that is when two planets line up at a perfect, not a perfect angle, but like a 120 degree-ish angle. And so this is heating up our passions and our creative desire. So you may be feeling extra spicy today. The moon is in a waxing gibbous phase. So this is energy of building momentum. So instead of working on something new today, work on what already is in existence and refine it. You want to refine this energy, not start something new. So the energy is there of refinement more than creating, if that makes sense. So if you've written a few pages of a book, maybe go back and check over it. If you've done a painting, maybe look back at it and decide if it's truly done for you. Yeah, just go back to something you've been working on and like look at it again with fresh eyes. So, because of the moon moving from Leo to Virgo, this moves from like big picture thinking into the details. Yeah, that's why. So all of this aligns, you guys. This is looking at the details and taking next practical steps. So, I feel like you've gotten the general overall idea of something, and now it's really focusing down on the details of it. Okay. So, here are some suggestions for today. Anytime you see 55 on the clock or two fives, especially at 5:55 p.m., yell out or whisper those affirmations we talked about earlier. One you can say is, I welcome change and freedom now, because that is the energy of today, is change and freedom. What does freedom mean to you? Free from what? And so that's really where you can refine what freedom, if you say, I want freedom, freedom from what? What do you feel bound to? Okay. I loved this idea, 5-minute flush. So this is where you grab your pen, or you can even vocalize this. Maybe record it on your phone, but afterwards delete it and write down all the things that you just need to release, all the negative stuff that no longer serves you. Crumple that paper up, throw it in the trash, or burn it, cut it up with scissors. Just make sure that energy is not together, that you separate that energy, because you want to chop that up. You no longer want that in your life. And today's energy is perfect for that. So for you people who love rituals, this is for the ritualistic folk out there. A glass of water beside citrine and tiger's eye, placed in the sun, and today is a sunny day where I am, and you sit with it for about 5 minutes and just kind of picture your desires. It's very magnetic energy. Okay. Heart. Interesting. Water. Water is with your emotions. So there must be something here with someone you're holding a lot of emotions in your heart. So that exercise will help with helping to use your emotions to draw your desires to you. So yeah, there's a message there of really paying attention to what's on your heart. Because if there is an issue on your heart right now, then really you're being a magnet for more of that issue. If you're worrying about something, if you're fearful, if you're doubting, if you're skeptical, if you're mad, if you're sad, if you're bitter, if you're resenting, if you're angry, no matter what you're feeling, you are a super magnet today. So just be very conscious of what you're feeling today. And so, what I feel drawn to do at this time is do a heart opening exercise, a heart opening kind of meditation. So, I'm going to invite you all. I thought I was going to do a separate video, but the energy is there to do it now. I'm going to invite you all now to do this with me. However, if you want to skip this part and go straight to the reading, I will put time steps in the video for you to just skip straight through there. But if not, then join me. If you have 5 minutes, join me, okay? So what I want you to do now is sit back in your chair. I always freak out. There we go. I don't want to freak out and do that jumpy thing, okay? Sit back in your chair very comfortably. I'm getting to hold citrine if you have it. If you have some citrine crystals, hold those in your hand. So sit back in your chair now, and we want to take 3, let's do 5 very deep breaths. And I'm not going to count because I don't want you to listen to my voice. I want you to focus on your breathing. So I'm going to inhale now, and then I'm going to release. On this last one, make it your biggest one and hold it for 3 at the top. At this point, your whole body should be relaxed. Your hands, your face muscles, your stomach muscles, your gluteus maximus muscles, your thighs, your feet should be planted on the ground. You can be laying. So at this time, we are going to have the roots come up and wrap around us from the earth, coming straight from the core, wrapping around our ankles, our feet, gently, not scraping us. They're very gentle, soft roots. They almost feel like velvet. They smell earthy and like rooty. I love it. Such a good smell. It reminds me of fresh cut grass, opening flowers. Yes, at this time, my roots have come up to my thighs. They're wrapping around my waist, my arms, my chest, my stomach, my neck, my shoulders, and now they're over my head. And now I am anchored to earth. And at this time, we want to see a bright, white, clear light coming down into our chakras, our crown space first, and then just kind of saying hello to those roots, coming together, merging, working together to co-create with spirits and align our energies for the 5-5 portal. Let that white light go from your crown to your third eye, down to your throat, making its way down your body, kind of going over the roots that are already there, making its way down to your root chakra, down your legs. And you are enveloped in the energy of earth and the divine at this time. You may feel tingles, you may feel sensations, all loving, healing energies. So at this time, what I'd like you to do is place one hand over your heart chakra. You may feel the energy of your hand being placed there. And then I'd like you to place your other hand, you may put your crystals down, over your solar plexus chakra. And what you're going to do is you're going to picture the heart chakra center as a ball of green light. What is your heart chakra doing? Is it moving? Is it staying still? Which direction is it moving? It may be different for you. At this time, I want you to send energy from the white light, from the divine, into your heart chakra space now. Fill it up, up. Fill it up, up. You may have felt yourself straighten a little there, opening that heart chakra space. Allow this white light to enter your heart chakra space fully to cleanse out any emotions or energy that is no longer needed. See this white light pushing that energy down into the ground, into Earth's energy to be alchemized. Your heart space is now clear and free. We want to drive that white light now down into our solar plexus, where there is yellow light filling that space, and we want to enhance that light. Our solar plexus is the place of our personal identity. And so, with this white divine light hitting that place, we feel ourselves straighten up even more. Breathe in this light into that space. See it filtering out what no longer serves us. Old thoughts, old patterns, old beliefs about ourselves. We no longer need you. You may leave now. Send those beliefs down to earth to be alchemized and transformed into recycled energy. Take a big, deep, cleansing breath now. Let it out with force. One more of those. And at this time, you may put your hands back to your side, resting them on your thighs. Take another deep cleansing breath. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, open your eyes, and welcome back, you guys. That might have been a little longer than 5 minutes, but that felt wonderful. If you have some water around you, you may want to get that now. I actually feel like I just woke up from a nap. Wow. Okay, so that felt like it cleared a little bit of like my throat chakra just released. So that cleared a little bit for me. All right, you guys, I am now going into the reading for the energy surrounding today. And we want to know about the week coming forward. What can we expect this week with the 5-5 portal being today? What can we expect this week? I grabbed my tarot deck that has helpful hints on it. So I don't normally grab this deck because the helpful hints can be a little distracting sometimes. So there may be something that you come across that could be helpful at this time. Use your intuition about whether it feels right for you or not, okay? All right, Spirit, what would you like us to know, and what can we expect this week? Spirit is definitely here with us now. I feel a very strong presence, and it's a very calming presence. I'm hearing it's an angel, you guys. Feels like Ariel or Uriel, something like that. Okay. We've got 6 of Pentacles, and this is a card of giving and receiving equally, and with the same energy that you give, you also receive. So I feel like I'm talking to a lot of givers here, people who give, and then feel a lack of mutual exchange there, a equal exchange there of energy. And so you can tell this is happening when you hang out with somebody and you feel completely drained after them. You know, some people, they probably, after they hang out with you, may want to say, oh, this was so fun. We don't hang out enough. They'll say things like that because they're getting lots of good vibes off your energy. You know, they feel good around you, but do you leave them feeling good and rejuvenated and energized? If not, then there either needs to be some boundaries set, or, no boundaries. That's what I'm hearing. Boundaries need to be set. I'm getting a tickling sensation on my right side back there. That's the masculine side. So yeah, this is more stepping into your masculine power and setting boundaries. Because there needs to be a balance of giving and receiving here. Giving, also for some of you, I'm tapping into that receiving is quite easy for you. So there is a collective here that is working on. Hold on. What is this, Spirit? This is a collective I'm feeling that is working on being able to receive gracefully, authentically, from a great, from a place of gratitude. Gosh, it's maybe somebody's name here is Grace. But there is this attitude of gratitude that needs to come forward when receiving. Instead of almost like, well, it's about time. I'm hearing it's about time, or well, finally, or like, almost like this being owed feeling. So some of you are working on that, I feel, because you can sense it in yourself, like, wait, nobody owes me anything. Why do I feel like this, And so I do sense that there are some of you that need to work on just gratitude when receiving, because this will also open you up to being more of a giver as well. So yes, it's definitely a balance I'm feeling needed of giving and receiving. And I feel both sides of that for you. So whichever one you resonate with is the message for you. The angel of order kind of popped out here. So from that, without reading it, from that I'm feeling like there is an order to things. Like I'm sensing for some of you that you're wanting to, you realize what your desire is, and you just want to immediately be there. You don't want that whole process in between of getting there. You just want to immediately be there. So the angel of order, I feel, is coming to remind you that there is an order. There's a process. There is a journey to meeting your desires. When you're an energetic match to your desires, you get there quicker. So the journey is deciding to become an energetic match. And once you do become an energetic match, no time goes by before your desires come in. I just got a whoosh of energy, and I feel like I actually need to pause a moment and get something to eat. So that could be a message for some of you. Is this? It's like a weak feeling. Anyways, I'm going to go get something to eat to make sure that's not me. Or it could just be me and not an actual message. Okay. So I think that was just me. But it was such an uncomfortable feeling. So, yeah. What was I going to say? There was something, though. I had a thought while I was kind of munching. What was it? Oh, that when we start living a life that is totally different, Spirit help me with the words here, that is totally different from what we grew up believing. Like, we've got to work hard our whole life. We work till we're, 65, and then we retire, and yeah. Anyway, so which just blows my mind that we've gotten that in our heads, that that's what life's supposed to be like. You work your whole life. You spend your whole life working just to pay bills and to do the bare minimum of life, And that is so not the energy of today. Today is one about freedom. And so it feels like we maybe some of you want to go to France, but it feels like y'all are in this mode of, I've got to work. And if I'm not working, I don't deserve to live a good life. Like, it's like, if you're not, it's this weird energy of, if you take time off of work, you got to be thinking about what you're going to be doing next. Like, there's never this rest period. And so I feel like that Spirit's wanting to remind you that life isn't about working. Life isn't about being at a job just to pay bills. Life isn't about, it is about that. but you're supposed to learn from it, not stay there, you know? There are things to learn from. Oh, that's an energy I'm getting as well for a lot of you, is that right out of school or right out of whatever, younger people expect to just start doing this dream life. And you hear a lot of older generations saying they don't know what hard work is, or they think they can just come and be CEO and not ever having gone through any of the stuff I went through. You know, it's like this older generation, I'm feeling, puts all of their stuff onto the newer generation who's starting to realize that I don't need to work my ass off to make money and live life. I don't need to make a lot of money to have a great life. And so there's this shift in thinking, this shift in belief systems around money and what we're supposed to be doing with our lives. And it's definitely not meant to be lived going to work for someone else, making them happy, making them successful, while they're leaving you hung up to, like sucking you dry, you know? I don't know, something about hanging up wet to dry or something like that. I don't know. So I get a feeling from a lot of you that like every day you're questioning, why are you doing this? What are you getting out of it besides a paycheck? Good benefits? Okay. What else are you getting out of it? Do you feel fulfilled? Do you enjoy going to work? Do you get excited to go to work? I know that these jobs have to have people working them, and there are, but I just feel like that is not the collective tuning in to this reading right now. I feel like the people tuning into this reading right now are people that are wanting to move forward and do something that they enjoy, that they actually want to do, that they feel fulfilled for, that they feel freedom with, you know? And so if you are tuning into this and you resonate with that, please let me know. Let the community know, because we're all kind of in that same place of wanting to branch out and do something that actually fulfills us and feels more aligned with our soul. So let's support each other, you know, reach out, comment, let me know if that is resonating with you. Okay, it's 2 minutes until 10:55. So it just went to 32:55. So let's say an affirmation at this time. My outer life reflects my inner order. So get your shit together on the inside, and that will reflect on the outside. Awareness of order is active on every level of creation. No being or thing would exist if processes of order and ritual were forgotten. The sun, the moon, the stars, and all of nature respond with order and beauty to the Creator. When there is order, the higher energies flow without hindrance. We feel a great freedom and we don't need to worry about what to do next. So, and I'm getting chakra alignment here, opening your chakras, which what we did earlier is a very good way to do that. But if there's a chakra you feel, I'm getting the root chakra. So for some of you, your root chakra, which is the very lowest chakra, this is where your fear and instability come from. If you're feeling fear or instability, it comes from the root chakra. So this is building a solid foundation in order to but that's the thing. You don't work from the outside in, you work from the inside out. It's like a microwave. Is that how a microwave works? You know, like, is that how it works? I don't know. Anyways, you can let me know in the comments. But this is like working, like, if you feel like you need to have stability in your life, then work on stability inside you. What does stability look like inside yourself? You know, if you feel like at any point you're just tempted by everything around you, that doesn't feel stable. So you need to remove yourself away from those temptations in order to build a stableness for yourself. If you're someone dealing with addictions and you're wanting to recover and get away from those addictions, you're going to have to get away from them. Remove yourself from the temptation, from the people who tempt you, from the places that tempt you, until you build that solidness in yourself, that stableness in yourself to be able to go around those things again. But honestly, if some of the things you may have been around before were a little bit low vibing, and once you build that stableness in yourself, that stability, you're probably not even going to want to be around that energy anyways, because your frequency has gone up and changed. All right. So now we want to get some more. I've only pulled 2 cards, but I'm feeling like lots of messages have come out here. And so I don't know, but Spirit's definitely saying there's more. Okay, here's a card of moving on, transitioning. It's so interesting because the 6 of Pentacles is of balance, right? And then we're just talking about being stable and having that balance. And then this is you moving on, moving away, just like what I was saying, moving away from those energies that no longer serve you. This doesn't come at no cost. This does feel like a sacrifice. It feels like you had to make a very tough decision to walk away from people, places, and things that just you knew were not good for you anymore. But I do sense a sadness that comes along with this. And for some of you, this is walking away. I really do am picking up the energy of addiction here, that you're really choosing to walk away from things that tempt you. You're no longer going to the beer section, of the grocery store. You're no longer going to the side of town where your hookups are. I'm not trying to blast anybody here or judge anybody. We all have some form of addiction. Could be sugar, could be sex, could be just the energy of someone that you're addicted to. So we all have some form of addiction to something. So it doesn't matter what it is. And I'm not judging any of your addictions because I have them myself. It's just that we want to try to remove any temptations to help us build that stableness. And doing that by moving away, walking away. We are the ones that have to remove ourselves, is what I'm hearing, instead of waiting on the universe or spirit to remove them from us. Although I do feel the energy of that happening, of spirit removing people and things and places from you so that you don't have to. And if that's something you want, spirit wants you to ask them for that. Help me move away from this. Help this thing that I'm tempted to get out of my life. Okay. We've got the 3 of Cups reversed. So I do sense that with this moving on, there are going to be people in your circle now that aren't understanding, and it's probably going to do something to change the dynamics of the group that you were in, but that is needed. That is needed in order to transform your life and to break away from these addictions that I'm feeling. All right, we just had some cards coming out here. Yeah, I also sense that the people you're hanging around with are just the type of people that keep, like, if you consider yourself someone who enjoys alcohol, you probably hang around with people who also drink alcohol. Or if you smoke, or it just feels like you're around the people who do the same thing that you do. And this is allowing the energy of that to be exacerbated, which makes it so much harder to pull away from it. Okay. I am getting the 7 of Swords here. This is a lot of air energy I'm feeling. So this is your Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. A lot of Aquarius energy for sure. It feels like someone in your friend group is just not good for you at all. And in fact, I'm seeing that they're very toxic. And when you choose to show up for yourself and remove yourself from temptations, I do feel like they are going to be someone who kind of is not going to be understanding. And I'm not trying to scare you, or, I'm just trying, Spirit's giving me this kind of warning what to expect, that someone is going to make it a rather difficult decision for you. And I'm even hearing and this feels like a very small part of you, this person will slash your name. They'll try to talk bad about you to other people, and I don't necessarily see them being effective, because I feel like people can feel your good energy, and so they know that what they're saying is not exactly true. So just know that this allows you to figure out who's actually in your corner, because I do sense for a group of you that once you decide to show up for yourself, that there will be others in the group that are inspired by this movement, and they will start making changes in their life as well. So I kind of see this group like dispersing and working on yourselves, and then possibly coming back together once y'all have all kind of gotten out of that toxic energy. Okay. All right, we've got the King of Cups here, the Knight of Pentacles, and then the Hermit reversed. Let me feel these energies just a little bit. I'm trying to figure out if this is connected or if this is a new wave. Okay. So with the King of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles and the Hermit reversed, it's like you're doing all the things that you need to do. That's definitely what this is. You're doing all the things you need to do. And then when it actually comes time to being open with all the things that you've learned and the new solid foundation I feel that you're building in yourself. I just saw 4222 on the clock, so 4222. There's that solid building, that solid foundation with the 4 there. That when it's time to actually come out and shine with it, you're feeling not confident enough to do that. But Spirit is saying this is something that they want you to really focus on lifting and getting rid of, because it is your time to shine. I do feel with the King of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, you have what it takes to handle what's coming your way. Emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally. Hello. Sorry, a bird just kind of hovered and then decided to land. Yeah, so this is your time to land. And because you've done a lot of work here, you've done a lot to really get to this point of growth, and I'm hearing I'm so proud of you. There's someone here so proud of you. And it feels like your guides. Also with this, I'm getting that your guide is trying to get you to, like, your spirit guide, it feels like a main guide that's in your life, that I feel like if you really tuned in, you could feel them. But it feels like they are trying to guide you and they want you to let them, but you're not allowing it. So really doing that heart opening chakra meditation that we did earlier, that will be very beneficial to you. This will allow your guide to come in and into your space and give you guidance. Yeah, at this time though, this is the devil. That's the energy I've been feeling around you, is the temptations of your old life are all around you. And so it feels impossible to break free from it. So how are you going to break free if you're just hanging out in these places, in these spaces of this low vibing energy? And that's the other message from the Hermit, is you're going to have to separate yourself. And there's this hesitancy I feel in you, not wanting to, because it's what you're used to. And so that energy that I was feeling earlier of stepping outside of your comfort zone, that's the energy of today. So today is a great day to decide to get away from and release these energies, to focus on what brings you joy, to focus on what is where your soul is being called to. Okay. All right, we're going to stop with some of these cards and we're going to end with a different. I'm hearing my animals, so we'll get that in just a second. Oh, look what comes on out here. The Five of Wands. I felt like I saw another five. Did I not? No. Okay. Interesting. K names are coming here, or the letter K, a K initial is jumping out here. I do feel symbols, waves, like I'm seeing a wave tattoo, like ocean waves. Getting earth energy here, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay, so with the Five of Wands coming out along with the Eight of Pentacles, I'm getting that you are going to have to be diligent and work passionately towards your goals. I'm feeling energy of like totally totally blocking anything that, sorry, I'm trying so hard to get my thoughts together. What is happening? That's that devil energy distracting me. Okay, that's exactly what's happening here, is that spirit is wanting you to get rid of anything that distracts you, that makes you lose focus. If that's putting your phone down, if that's staying in your house and ordering takeout or ordering Instacart so you don't go to the grocery store, you don't go shopping to spend money. Some of you may have an addiction to spending money. So yeah, there's just this need to do what you've got to do. You know, tell people that you're taking a hiatus, you're going to be MIA for a while, you're okay, you'll check in, but that no need to worry about you. You're good. You're just doing what you need to do, okay? And if you don't want to go to gatherings or events that are happening in your life right now because it's too much, people are just going to have to understand. Your family and friends are just going to have to understand. But I'm seeing that some of them do not, and that's okay because it's not their journey. Let them be upset. Let them be angry, because all that's doing is you are showing that it is possible to make a difference and to change, and it's possible to actually go for what you want. And so you doing that shines a light on what they're not doing for their lives. And so the reaction of a lot of people to that is to act jealous or angry or disappointed or try to make you feel bad. This is where gaslighters will come in. This is where bucket of crabs people will come in. They have no idea that's what they're doing. They think they're looking out for you. They think they have your best interest in mind. No, it's not like that at all, okay? All right, so let's end on an animal card here. I'm definitely getting a black, a darker. Yeah, so I feel like we were probably tapping into some dark energy as far as when it comes to addictions and things. And y'all, this doesn't have to be drug addictions, alcohol addictions. This can be anything. You're addicted to your phone. You're addicted to food. You're addicted to sugar. You're addicted to your computer. You're addicted to, yeah, I can't think of it. Anything else, but you get it. What are you addicted to? That's what this reading is referring to. So what animal wants to come forward? The hawk for spirituality. I think part of the reason that you have this addiction is because you're a very spiritual person who feels lots of things, and those people tend to not know what to do with that energy, and so they choose, and it can be difficult energy sometimes to really navigate, and so we choose to go for other things instead of fulfilling ourselves. There's this big void we feel because we know we have a higher purpose, right? And so there's this void and we want to fill it. So we use outside things to fill that void. And so the hawk is here to say there is a need for you to focus on your spirituality, to go inward. Fly above and beyond your day-to-day thoughts. and observe them from a bird's eye view. You may be seeing big birds in the sky lately, eagles, hawks, big ravens, or crows. Quieting the mind and detaching from your thought patterns puts you in a better position to take in messages from your spirit guides. Get away from temptations, okay? Big message there from the hawk spirit. All right, guys, that is it. Big messages coming out there. Thank you for sticking around with me during all that. It was some tough energy to get through. I truly believe in you. I believe in your decision. I believe in your ability to make a decision for yourself, I believe in your ability to shut out the things that no longer serve you, at least temporarily, you know? And yes, this will be tough to do, but I believe you can do it. And I believe that your happiness is on the other side of that. So I'm sending you much love and light and all the luck and all the blessings and all the protection. Please call on Archangel Michael to protect you during this process, okay? All right, guys. Love you so much. Bye.